It was a heart-enhanced moment for Manchester City fans as Leeds United actually ramped up the pressure, getting to the end of the match. A very good win for Pep Guardiola and his City boys. They've cut off that point to 2 points away from Arsenal. That goal they scored was a classic Manchester City move. Ryan Cherki to Ryan Aït-Nouri to Semenyo, bang, it's a goal. Very quick movement off and on the ball. This guy today, Nunes, at some point you won't even know if this guy was a midfielder before. Like, this was one of his best Manchester City performance. He put in a very solid defensive performance, and he also put in a very solid attacking performance. He had about an 8/10 rating. And what actually worked for Pep Guardiola in this match was, that his Ruben Diaz, Guehi, and Rodri axis. They kind of shut out Leeds United attack time and again. In the first half, getting to the end of the match, it actually worked for him. Maguire, he defends as if his life depends on it. And he's so comfortable on the ball. He's so calm under pressure. He's an X factor at the back for Manchester City. For Bernardo Silva, it wasn't one of his blistering performance, but he kind of controlled the ball very, very well. He controlled the tempo and the lights. Even this guy, Nico O'Reilly, before he was injured, it was a solid performance from him. Semenyo, he keep getting in among the goals. It kind of showed that Manchester City can actually get the victory. Even if their top, player is not there. That's Erling Haaland. He'll be out until mid-match. He missed that Real Madrid match. He'll be out until mid-match. It will be a really difficult time. Let's see what Pep Guardiola can actually do. Omar Mamouche wasn't really one of his best performances. He looked off the pace. Overall, they got the 3 points. They are 7 points in the season. They are 2 points away from Arsenal, and this guy Antoine Semenyo, 18 goals, Erling Haaland 29 goals. That just shows you that Manchester City has every right to win this league.